welcome to today's Cancer Healing Journey Talks. Myself, Annie Jose from Community Outreach Team of ZenOnco.io and Love This Cancer. So, Cancer Healing Journey Talks helps cancer survivors and caregivers to share their journey with vast number of survivors and caregivers who have traveled or been traveling through this journey. This can inspire and motivate them for their faster recovery as well. I would like to introduce today's speaker, Manish Mandiwal. He is a stage 3 colorectal cancer survivor. So, welcome to today's session, Manish. So, may I know what type of cancer was it and what were the symptoms and signs when it got diagnosed?
Thank you, Dr. Annie. Thanks for having me on board and for the discussion. So in April 2019, I was diagnosed with adenocarcinoma. It's a colorectal cancer, and I was diagnosed at grade 3.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the sign and symptoms was irregular bowel movements and some false call to go to loo. So that's where I found it's not normal, but I took it lightly. I thought it's something gastro issues and all. But in 1 or 2 more days, I found that there are some issues, some symptoms related to blood in stools and white mucus release when there was a false call. So that's where I found it's unusual, and I immediately went to the gastro doctor, and then they suggested me, they wrote some diagnosis test and all.
Okay. So, what were your first reaction when you realized that you were having cancer?
It was pretty normal. I mean, I was, before diagnosis or before, you face any issues and all, your body or your soul talks to you. So the same thing happened to me. 6 months or 9 months prior to this, I was telling one of my family member that I don't know, I'm feeling like I have cancer. And
Okay.
they were like, don't talk rubbish. Everyone is like, but I said, I genuinely, and it's my gut feeling that my body is talking to me, something is not normal, and I think I have some issues. So then I talked to one physician. I said, how to know that how to go through, what kind of tests we can go through to diagnose if we have cancer. And most people have the same question. Even most people, they ask me this question, that how we make sure that we have or we don't have cancer. So the same question was mine, and the doctor said it's not easy till you don't have any symptoms. You cannot go through the entire series of diagnosis tests and all. So he said, if you don't have any symptoms, means you are okay. So, but somewhere I know that something is wrong. So that the same thing my body was talking to me, the same thing my soul was talking to me. So when I was the diagnosis, the report came and it was positive, I was like, okay, let's see. So I was pretty okay.
Yeah. So, how did your family took the news?
So my wife is a sports person, so she was very strong and positive. She was the one who got to know about this first. And as usual, my parents were worried and stressed.
Okay.
I mean, it was pretty normal situation, I think. In any family, if anyone come to know that their son is or their daughter is having such kind of disease, they will definitely get stressed. So that same thing, the reactions was, I mean, the reactions, everyone's reaction was natural or normal. But I was pretty normal. I was like, okay, it's okay. Chalta hai, ho jayega sahi. So I was pretty sure, I mean, there is nothing a big thing. Although I never took it as a big disease or something like taboo kind of thing.
Yeah. So, what all treatment you underwent as a part of the cancer?
First, I went through the radiotherapy, and so that was a target radiotherapy. I think I had 28 cycles, 28 rounds, and along with radiotherapy, I also had oral chemo. So the chemotherapy is given via tablets. So I think I used to have 6 tablets, three in morning or two in evening or something like that. 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, some tablets, and they were very heavy dose of tablet. And every evening I used to go for the radiotherapy, and then after radiotherapy I had surgery, and after surgery I went through the chemotherapy.
Okay. So, did you think of doing any alternative treatments like Ayurveda, naturopathy, anything like that?
The first time when I found there is some issues, some irregular bowel syndrome and all. So I thought for any gastric issues, if I will go for the normal medicines and all allopathy, it may increase the uh, uh, the heat in the body and it may cause more issues. So I thought, why don't I go for a natural Ayurvedic treatment? So I went to the Ayurvedic doctor, and when he asked my symptoms and he diagnosed, he actually asked me to go to the hospital and consult a uh, oncologist as well as gastro surgeon. So definitely I was redirected from an Ayurvedic doctor, and he was a specialized doctor. So he knows that this is not a easy or simple disease which can be cured by any means. It requires proper treatment, and cancer treatments are basically uh, just a second. Uh,
Okay.
Excuse me. Cancer treatment are are not something like that which can be experiment on anyone. There are protocols, in fact, international standards and international protocols. Even every doctor has to follow that. A doctor cannot prescribe you any kind of tablets or anything just based on the symptoms. They go through your reports every I mean at every single sitting, you can see, or every meeting. uh, when you meet your doctor or oncologist, they write some diagnosis test, and you go through those tests. Based on the reports and based on your situation, they prescribe you the treatment. So this is a very standard protocol. This cannot be altered, and I strongly believe in doctors. So that's why I finally, I mean, made myself that I will not go through any alternative treatment. Neither I will hear any normal person, because there are a lot of people who was giving me gyan, but I was not ready to accept it, because I know it's the doctors, they know the best.
Right. So that's very true. So, like, did you join any support group throughout the treatment?
For the treatment, no, but post treatment, yes. Uh, Post treatment, I joined Ostomy Association of India. So
Okay.
it's a NGO. It's very supportive, very supportive. They really actually helped me to live a new normal.
That's great. So, who was your support system throughout the journey?
My wife, my family, uh, my friends. Uh, I mean, and then of course doctors. So
Great.
technically, it's doctor, and I mean psychologically, my wife and my family and friends. There were friends who even fly down from USA to meet me. So that was really overwhelming, and that was something like that. People really care for you. Even if a single person cares for you, that means a lot in life. So that's where and most of the time I avoided a lot of people. It's because I just don't want to get diverted. I just don't want to get a lot of suggestions, and I don't want a lot of options. I want to stick to the doctor's prescription, and I only want to speak to the positive people. That's why I narrowed down the way people meet me. Actually, I was kind of hidden, and only few people know that where I am, what is the treatment going on, and how to contact me. But yeah, everyone was very supportive.
That's great. So there might be some times, right, when you feel like it's too much to handle. So how did you manage your emotion at that time?
Yeah, at times the treatment is long uh, and really exhaustive. It not only tests your physical strength, it also tests your uh, mental strength. I mean, more than physical, I think it tests your mental strength, because if you get a
You feel like, okay, this is too much to handle. So how did you manage those times?
yeah, at times I felt like it's getting tough, not only physically but also mentally. And the treatment is very long. The treatment goes for 6 months to 9 months. So actually test your all capabilities. So this is, I think, the toughest exam that the God has given to anyone in this world. It's really tough. Uh, Initially, when you go to the radiotherapy for the first few cycles, it is okay, couple of cycles, and then the real pain starts because it burns your body from inside, and you feel the burning sensation, you feel the pain. It lasts long for a month, and then the chemo test your physical strength. uh, then at the same time, the combinedly test your frustration, it tests your patience level, and uh, it tests your mental strength. So it was exhaustive, but uh, as I say, I was like, my previous life experiences was like that. I already went through a lot of ups and downs in my life, throughout my life. So I know, or you can say, I was experienced to handle all such situations. I'm very used to. So I was like, this is nothing new. And if there is pain, I know the pain will go away. If there are some issues, I know that things will go away. Good time will definitely come. Or the time will go as usual. It's like how you react to it. So that's how I know my family members are with me. I know my close friends are with me. And the kind of treatment that I was looking for, I was getting that. So I was okay. Uh, the body pain was there. My family members used to like give me my foot massage. My sister, my wife was there. And then my wife actually used to drive when we go for the therapies and all, because most of the time when you get the therapy, especially colorectal radiotherapy, it burns from inside, and you cannot sit properly for long hours. Even you cannot sit for 30 minutes. So I remember all the deeds that I have done in past, because when I got married, my wife was not she did not know driving. So that was the first thing that I did, that I wanted to make sure that she should get independent. She was working, she was a sportsman, and I know she can do anything. So I helped her to drive. I helped her to learn a lot of things, and all those things that I did in past, they actually helped me now. So that was like we were together. And one of my wife's friend, she was really supportive. She was a psychologist, and she was with us all through the treatment. And because when we were going for the radiotherapy, the kids are not allowed in the hospital because the x-rays are very harmful. And my son was only 9 months at that point of time. So me and my wife used to go inside hospital, and my wife's friend used to carry the baby. And this is how we used to go through the initial phase of radiotherapy. So, and then whenever there is any requirement, once the therapy is moved in the advanced stage, we called up our family members, everyone who were supportive. So I did not call anyone who just came and marked their attendance. All the people who were with me, they were actually supportive, or supporting hands. If someone is taking care of my baby, someone is taking care of the family, someone is taking care of me or something. So everyone was working for some purpose, and everyone was there, not to console me and not to mean like, oh ho kya ho gaya tere sath, I'm not kind of thing, but everyone was doing their work. So that kind of support actually made me more strong, that yes, people are there. not to talk, not to gossips, but to support in real.
Okay. So did you make any lifestyle changes during or after the treatment?
Yes and in no. uh, During the treatment, yes, of course I did. And because you have to make, as per the therapy, as per the medicines, you have to take the change the diet. uh, and then post treatment, initially I did, but then once I lost almost 21 kilograms of weight in 9 days. So that was something unusual. I was very fit, but soon I gained the weight because you need to eat up a lot for the lymphocytes.
Yeah, so do you think cancer has changed you in a positive way?
A lot. Definitely. It makes you more humble. It it helps you to understand the value of life, uh, importance of time, and importance of your uh, importance of everything. I mean, your lifestyle, importance of family members, importance of close friends, and more important, I mean, uh, uh, for me, it also taught me like responsibility. My son was only 9 months old, and so it was something which actually helped me to stay strong. That there was responsibility. I cannot run away from my responsibilities. So that was something that actually hold me up. That I cannot run away. I should be there. I should fight. I should stay strong. Else, what will I teach my son? He should have some example that, or I should give him some real time example. I just don't want to give him examples uh, based on the corporate examples. No, that I did this in office and all. No, there should be some real examples. So that's what actually hold me up, and uh, it makes you more humble. Uh, uh, it generates empathy, and overall, it makes you a good, better person. Always a better version of what you was.
All right, that's great. So what will be your message to other survivors and caregivers out there?
Don't worry, just chill. This is just like any other disease, and uh, I mean, don't worry. And there will be a lot of people who will give you a lot of gyan. Just don't listen. Talk to good people. Talk to people who are actually knowledgeable. Don't go here and there. For example, I need to search anything about oncology or oncology. I need to know about some good doctor or something. I will Google it, right? But the better way is I can approach ZenOnco. You know, these you people knows. You people know. I mean, who is a good doctor? What kind of diagnosis or treatment I need? But the doctors know. So if you are creating an ecosystem, so the person should approach such kind of support groups ecosystem, talk to the people who actually went through similar experience, and then don't roam here and there from like sometimes all allopathy, then homeopathy, then ayurveda, and then lot of other therapies and all. I understand every therapy or everything might have its own importance. I am not denying any, and I'm not saying anything is wrong or bad. I don't know, so I can't comment on that. But I just want, this is literally serious, and a delay can cause serious impact in your life. Ultimately, you are the one who will get impacted. So approach the right people. If you don't know anything, approach the right people. That's what I think ZenOnco is doing great. Approach ZenOnco. Simple. You people can at least guide. Approach any support group. Any support group who is working for cancer patients, but don't take inputs from here and there.
Right.
And one more thing I realized, don't switch the doctors frequently. I found a lot of people, they were switching doctors like anything. I mean, it's not like something you can hop from a doctor to another just because the doctor is not writing or giving treatment what you want. Most of the people's problem is that they want the doctor should write the treatment based on I mean their expectations. They don't want to follow doctor's treatment. They want doctors to write the treatment what they want, and that's where they switch the doctors. So one of my family member who is a doctor, they both husband wife, they are doctors. They actually initially they were the few people initially who guided me. They guided me perfectly that Manish, if you want to search doctors, you can search doctor before starting the treatment. You can go around entire country, entire world, and you find out. You can talk to any doctor. Once your treatment starts, don't change the doctor, because every doctor is different from any other the other doctor. Although the protocols will remain same, but this is not normal thing. Once the treatment start, it should end, and it should go through the it should you should take proper treatment, and it should end properly. So that's what I did. I searched doctors. I trusted them. Once I found a doctor, I trusted them. And that's what happened with my surgery. When I went to the doctor, they said, "Oh, you may have colostomy." Many people told me colostomy. I was not aware of that point of time. What is a colostomy? And this is something taboo in our society, and this is something serious. I was not knowing how serious it was at that point of time. But I told my doctor, I don't know. It will be, it won't. I'm not sure what kind of surgery it will happen. I surrender my body to you. You know what should do. I'm not the doctor. It's not my business. So that's what I did. I trusted my doctor completely, and I followed what he said. And I think that is something that made you should be sincere in your treatment. You should not lie to yourself. So I think this is something actually which helped me to fight with this and to stay strong.
Right. So, as we know, so there are various stigmas going on around regarding various types of cancers. So, what do you think about all these stigmas, and how much do you think is the importance of awareness to the public?
Stigmas are there, and it will be forever. I don't think see, the word is in dictionary, so definitely it will be used, and it will be there forever. So, uh, and along with stigma, taboos will also be there. Exclusion will always be there.
Right.
So whenever you meet people, people treat you like aliens. Oh my God, he has cancer. So what? Yeah, I'm a human being. Oh, and people look down upon you. I mean, I know people talk to you like they are just waiting for you to die. When they hear you have cancer, they just think this person gonna die. Oh my God, beta, cancer ho gaya, ab to kya hi hoga? And they show like this. Oh my God, the world is going to end soon. And I'm like, मतलब इतना दुखड़ा क्यों रोना? I mean, they used to cry, they used to show off. I don't know why, but this is stigma. This is a taboo. If you say I have colostomy, this will be taboo. They will keep distance from you. You have cancer. People will literally create the aura around you, the environment around you, like you have to cry and you have to feel sad for your disease. And if you stay strong, I know if you stay strong, I stayed strong. I stayed very strong. And what people said, कि मजाक कर रहा है, इसको कोई कैंसर नहीं है, झूठ बोल रहा है सिंपैथी पाने के लिए. That was the level of my confidence that I forced people to think that I don't have cancer. And that was what people used to think about me. When I visited my village, then people look up to me and they say, okay, I'm a bit lean because I lost 20 kg, but I was perfect. I was all right. And now when I visit there, they say this guy was lying. He never had cancer. Whenever I meet anyone, people say I did not have cancer. They were sure that I did not encounter and went through all these treatment and all. No one except that I had cancer. I stayed so strong. I stayed so positive, and I never. I mean, मैंने अपने आप को भी ये नहीं मानने दिया था कि मुझे कैंसर है. मैंने खुद को भी यही समझाया था कि I'm okay, I'm normal. And I went through two major surgeries, and I had corona twice. I got COVID two times, and still I was strong. I never thought something will happen to me. Never thought. And that's where your inner strength and your motivation is inside you. You will not get motivation from other people. You will get sympathies, and you should not create such environment around you. You are not born to gain sympathies, uh, and that's where your treatment is. The medicines will support you if you are strong, and even God support the people who support themselves. So that's what I thought. And people will be same. Everything will be same. Nothing will change. Don't believe that people gonna change and they will say, because it, this is again a stigma that if people come to say, अरे बेटा कोई बात नहीं, कैंसर हो गया, कोई बात नहीं, it's okay, don't worry. लोग डरते भी है ऐसा बोलने में भी कि अगर मैं ऐसा बोलूंगा तो भी ये गलत ले लेंगे कि ये तो कुछ सीरियस ही नहीं समझ रहा मेरी डिजीज को. The society is not something alien. The society is made of people like us. So the stigma is there. Stigma will be there. You have to take it positive.
Right.
And don't fall in that trap of sympathy.
Got it. So yeah, one last question, Manish. So if you have to sum up your journey in one sentence, what would that be?
One sentence, I don't know, but yeah, I love my life.
No,
I love every moment about it. And since childhood, I had one strong belief that I will live long. And this belief is since when I was almost 5 years old, and when I understand what is life and what is like death and life. When I understood these things, I know I will live long. And that belief actually still, I have the same belief with me. I know nothing can happen. I mean, nothing can happen. So I love my life. I love every moment about it. Whatever happens, even it's bitter, even if it's sweet, anything. But I love my life. I love this because you will experience a lot of things. You will meet people around you. You will see a lot of things. I did not tell you one thing, that how one should keep motivated. It's like just after my last chemotherapy, doctor said I should not lift up weight after my surgery, that I should not lift up weight of 2 kg and all. I went to Bhutan for a 10 days, I mean, hiking and Himalayas tour. So that was that kind of motivation that I had. I mean, I went to Delhi, I took flight and I went there, and there was someone who helped me. So that was the kind of motivation. I was so strong. And then when I came back and I started my job again, I never let this thing to come in between my job, to come in between my family, to come in between my friends and all. I just want to tell one thing to people. uh, it's all about experience, stigma and everything. Please understand depression. What my experience was, depression. Even I also went through depression, because how much strong you are once you go through all that turmoil. Somewhere you feel like कि यार अब बहुत हो गया, and somewhere you also need to get some guidance and mentorship. So depression is severe thing. Depression is much more severe than cancer. cancer either kills you, cancer, or you can kill cancer. There are only two options. But in depression, it will kill you and still you will be alive. And you will never imagine what kind of situation if this happens to anyone. It's just a body. The soul will die in depression and the person will be alive. And the person has to carry that body every day and night. That's tougher than going to chemotherapy or radiotherapy. Honestly speaking, uh, everyone. That's why I read about ZenOnco and all. They work with patients and all. They help them a lot, and that's why support groups are there, because the psychological or the mental support is equally important to the medicinal support, and that's what people give up. So that's one thing. If you have anyone in your family or anyone around you, make him strong. Talk to him good things. Don't even talk about cancer. Simple. The best thing to avoid such thing is don't talk about the problem. Talk about good things. Talk about what's happening in the world, what's happening there, here, and uh, talk anything that the person likes. But don't talk senti. Don't create that environment, sad moment, sadistic. You know, all these things are, make the person weak. And then once the treatment is over, once after 6 or 9 months, make sure you stand by that person, because the medicinal treatment will be over, but now the person will need the emotional support. So one has to be with the person for at least 2 year, 1 year, because I also believe that this may come back again at any point of time. So initially I was not worried about the treatment, but now I'm little bit afraid that if I have to go through the same treatment again, I am a bit afraid, because the pain and all. But I know once I will go through the first therapy, I will finish it strongly. I know I will win it again. I know that, because it's tough to start. It's tough to fight for the first time. But once you fight for the first time, then you will never be afraid of all these things.
Got it. Yeah. So thank you so much, Manish, for the wonderful session. I'm pretty sure that this session will really motivate the patients and the survivors out there. So who has traveled or who is currently going through the journey. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much for this discussion, and thank you so much. You are doing great thing. I mean, you are really doing great, because uh, the world need more people like you, and the world really need to have you with the society, or in the society with the people. That's how the people can come out of this. And my message to everyone: don't worry, yaar. It's okay. It's life. It's not in your hand. Believe in the destiny. If you have to die, you will die. No one can stop. No one can save you. No, not even doctors, not even God, not even you or anyone. If you have to die, you have to die. Just, I mean, lose the fear of death. Just ignore it. Live the moment. Live your life. Just love your life, because the more you love your life, the more you will enjoy and start living it. So that's what I used to do. I used to play with the kids, and there were a couple of kids in my family, and they came here, and no one was aware what I had. People were like, uncle to gaye hai, doctor ke gaye hai, nothing. They have no idea what was going on. People have no idea what was going on. And after surgery, please take care of the patient or your family member. Don't allow everyone to come and meet in the room, because you know uh, it may create some infection, because after the surgery you should avoid infection. That's another issue. People generally don't care, and most of the time it happens to the middle class society, where people are very well connected to each other and emotionally connected. They also want to mark their presence and mark their, I will say bluntly, mark their attendance कि हम भी मिलने आए थे. अरे नहीं जरूरत, बाद में हम मिल लेंगे. Because infection का खतरा बहुत ज्यादा होता है. So don't allow many people once the surgery is going on, or after the surgery for at least 1 month. The infection is another serious thing. People don't take it seriously. But thanks to COVID, I will say thanks to COVID, that actually taught us that the infection is another thing that we should take care. So I am a big example. to everyone, uh, fighting with the cancer, fighting with depression, two major surgeries, COVID two times, and I was still strong. I'm still positive. I'm still strong, and I'm sure nothing can harm me. Nothing can make me down or make me depressed or make me weak. No, nothing. Even I get a heart attack tomorrow, I will survive. I know I will survive. I am confident because I have to live. I have to live for myself. I have to live for my family and my son. And don't worry that you have to live for the samaj and you have to for doing all those seva and all. Live for yourself. Simple. If every one person starts living for himself, the world will be good. Nothing wrong in that. You should live for yourself. So that's all. Be positive, and thanks for spreading the positivity around the globe.
Thank you so much, Manish.